Let's go! What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge, hanging out in New Orleans. I'll be here till Monday. Hope everybody is feeling good today. I touched on this on Friday, but I wanted to talk about the whole Eli Manning thing again. I don't know how many feel about it, but I know Giants fans have their opinions about it. It's probably mixed reactions for sure because you have some who are on the other side of this, and then you have those who are like, oh, that guy should be in the Hall of Fame. And I concur, but the time obviously wasn't right now because if it was, he would have gotten in. Not only did he beat Tom Brady twice, which defined his career in a sense, but he went into Lambeau and beat Favre and then Rodgers. We'll debate this, but when you see everything he's done despite the bad seasons post Super Bowl victories, he definitely has the resume to show for it. You talk about the Eli thing, it is very interesting. It's a conversation to be had, but it shouldn't be debatable when he's a two-time Super Bowl champion, a two-time Super Bowl MVP. I think it's remarkable how much of an impact he made when he was quarterbacking the Giants in his heydays. I don't think people sometimes realize how crazy it was that he beat Tom Brady twice in the middle of what was a Patriots dynasty. How often do we bring this up? And as I said yesterday, it's going to be talked about until he finally gets in. And not to sound disrespectful, and I said this on Friday, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. To me, to be on the first ballot, you have to be elite. You have to be able to transcend the game and be able to evolve. You have to be able to be the best of the best. You have to be able to be the face of the game. And he wasn't any of those things. Good, but not great. Impactful player, absolutely. I'm not saying he wasn't. What I'm saying, he wasn't good enough to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I've respected the guy always, and everybody feels a certain way about it. Don't try telling every Giants fan that his time will come because they'll tell you he shouldn't have been left out of the 2025 Hall of Fame class. He definitely deserves to be honored, but to do that right now is too soon. Congratulations again to the four men for being, elected into the Hall of Fame. To keep him out of the Hall of Fame would be such an odd thing considering what he's achieved. But then again, there's a lot of players who were simply just all around better players. Again, I'm not saying he wasn't good. I'm just saying he wasn't as great as those guys who earned that honor. You and many people are already throwing a fit because, in your view, he was snubbed as a first ballot Hall of Famer. This is not to diminish his greatness, but to get on the first ballot, it's for the best ever. Eli isn't the best ever. Only the elite should get on the first ballot. But we all know that's not necessarily the case because the process is flawed. And I don't think it's going to change to where the Hall of Fame ups its standards. I'm not here to say Eli doesn't belong because we all know that would be a lie. But I'm okay with the notion that he didn't get in on the first ballot. You want to maintain some type of respectability. And part of that is because, look, and again, it goes back to what I was saying yesterday. The criteria and picking and choosing is absurd. It's politics. And that part has been very frustrating for me. The Hall of Fame is well on its way to being utterly useless and watered down. It's so annoying to me. And I know Eli is at peace with it and understands the process. He knows why he's not in the Hall of Fame. Perhaps one of the smallest classes, and Eli is the guy left out. This was the whole thing about Eli on Friday, where we're wondering why it didn't happen when most of us thought it would happen. How come he's not on the first ballot when he's finished in the top 10 in every meaningful passing category? I don't think the voters got it wrong. I just can point to many examples where, like, hey, Eli, you were good, but you were average a lot of times during the regular season. And I think that's what they were also looking at as well. The thing is, as disrespectful as that looks, it's not as hard to understand why he's not getting in. During the regular season, for the first 3 quarters, he was average. But it's what he did in the playoffs that makes him stand out. He was money in the playoffs and came up big in the Super Bowl both times. That's a Hall of Famer, folks. I do want to be fair to Eli because he had 10 seasons in the top 10 in passing touchdowns and 7 seasons in the top 10 in passing yards. He was extremely durable and started for 14 seasons. The thing that's not crazy to me, if you will listen to me, is that we're making him wait. The whole thing is fascinating to me, but when it's time, he'll be a Hall of Famer. I find it very difficult to muster an argument against that. The biggest games, the biggest moments have to be weighed more heavily than his bad seasons that we always judge him by as well. What the heck are we talking about? You can't keep him out of the Hall of Fame. His story is just too good. He has the story of a Hall of Famer. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support. I had to come back on and add to what I had said last night. I think that was a very good conversation to have about Eli Manning, and his day is coming. His day is coming where he will be a Hall of Famer. I have no doubts about that. I just don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and a lot of people feel that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and they're entitled to feel that way, but it's subjective. And you have people that's on one side and you have people that's on the other side, and you're going to always have people like that. That's just the way it is. But Eli Manning will be a Hall of Famer, no questions about it. He has some of the greatest moments in NFL history. We can't deny that. And I think Eli Manning knows his day will eventually come. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you guys like my content, please do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Now let your boy get out of here and enjoy some time downstairs in the hotel. I'm going to hang out a little bit, enjoy New Orleans while I'm still here. But guys, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'll be back with more content. I got a lot of Super Bowl content to still get up for you guys. We'll talk again very soon. But thanks for checking out your guy, the Sports Judge. All right, guys. Take care.